Oh my god, it's FAANG in flames. Right, let's talk about FAANG. Right, so if you're new to the term FAANG, and if you have no idea what it is, right, it stands for Facebook, and now Meta, Amazon, right, Apple, Netflix, and Google, which is now Alphabet. Right, so why do I say is, and why do I ask, is FAANG in flames? Right, the reason for that is because Meta, right, or Facebook, just announced that they will be letting go 11 freaking thousand of their employees, which is around 13% of their workforce, right? Just imagine, right? That is a hell lot of stuff. Yeah, and I'm sure some of them would be our engineers. Yeah, I'm sure some of them, maybe not all of them, but I'm sure some were engineers for sure, right? And one of the reasons why they did that, according to news or even Mark Zuckerberg himself, is because of their costs and expenses has risen, jumped 19%, right? At least that was reported in the third quarter to around $22.1 billion, right? Which is a lot. I'm guessing most of that went into metaverse, right? Or rather their version of the metaverse, right? Didn't they recently announce that they were adding legs to their, or rather your avatar in their metaverse? Yeah. So kind of really a mixed feelings kind of situation right here we have at Meta or Facebook. Yeah. Man, this is crazy, man. Yeah. I mean, Mark Zuckerberg himself came forward to apologize and say sorry, right? I mean, he said, I'm especially sorry to those who were impacted, right? I mean, the guy has really came out and apologized, right? What else do you want, right? Yeah. Okay, so in addition to Facebook or Meta, right? Twitter itself, oh my god, is another story as well, right? So as we all know, Elon Musk, right, just bought or acquired Twitter for $44 freaking billion, man. Holy mama. That is a lot of money, right? Just imagine $44 billion in cash physically, right? That will bury you, man. Like physically, you can't even breathe. If you swim in a pool of $44 million worth of cash, man, yeah, that is a lot. And the bad, or rather, the shitty thing that happened right afterwards was that he laid off almost 50% of the workforce, right, in Twitter, right? So that's around what, 3,700, right? All these numbers are easily found, right? All the information about all these numbers you can find it online using Google, yeah. So you can just search for it, yeah. Yeah. So according to CNN Business, right, Simon Bauman, former Twitter senior committee manager, right, who was laid off on last Friday, I think. Yeah. So told CNN that he lost access. Okay, he lost access to Slack, the app, his email and other maybe internal software systems they have at around 8 hours before receiving the update that he was going to be let go, right? How shitty is that, man? Right? You don't even inform the person up front, right? You just do it. In a way, I would say it's kind of passive aggressive in a way that you cut off the access, right, to your systems for the person you are letting go before informing the person. I mean, that is shitty, man. Yeah, that is just, I know you are the employer, but in a way you're burning bridges with this employee. Yeah, I mean, that's not a very professional way of doing it. I mean, I would assume a company like Twitter would know better, right? Yeah. You and me both, yeah. Like, come on. Yeah. Oh man. And not to mention that now on Twitter, as we all know, right, you do have to pass through a certain condition and requirement and number of followers maybe in order to get the blue check or tick mark to get verified. So this meant that that blue tick that you have on Twitter, it actually meant something, right? It meant that you are properly validated and verified, right? That means you have something of value that other Twitter users want to follow and subscribe to your Twitter channel, yeah. Okay, but I use the word meant because that is not the case anymore, right? So shortly after Elon Musk took over, right, he announced a plan to let anyone get that blue tick, right, just for $8, man. Like, come on. So if anyone can get verified for just $8, and imagine, right? Just imagine if everyone got verified and everyone got that blue tick mark. Doesn't that mean that the blue check or tick mark will have lost its value, right? It will not amount to anything, right? It will not mean anything in the end or eventually, right? So, I mean, come on, Elon Musk, you can do better, man. I know you're trying to get back maybe part of your 44 billions, yeah? But that's not the way to do it, yeah? I mean, my personal and professional opinion, yeah? I mean, as a more modern company, I mean, you should know better, yeah? Like, come on, you have other companies that you started up, yeah? You should have known better than to do this, man. Come on, Elon Musk, come on. Bro, seriously, yeah? Right, so in addition to Facebook, Meta, and Twitter, okay, now we have Google announcing that they are freezing their hiring as well. And the news is that the next to announce more hiring freeze will be Amazon as well. So it does seem as though in actual fact, it doesn't seem good for the tech industry right now, especially for these 5 most popular companies, yeah. So Facebook, once again, Facebook, Amazon, Apple, Netflix, Google, yeah. Alright, so we talk about Facebook, we talk about Twitter, okay, we talk about Google, okay, and we briefly talk about Amazon, okay, but it seems like we are forgetting someone, Netflix, right? So even though there hasn't been any major news regarding any hiring freezes or layoffs for Netflix itself, right? I mean, as compared to, say, Twitter and Facebook, because they are both in flames. Yeah, I mean, with the layoffs and whatnot. Netflix, though, okay, Netflix, I would say the impact is more on the customer or end user experience right now, because, I mean, just before even Twitter or Facebook announced all these layoffs and hiring freezes, right? Netflix already announced that they were going to introduce a lower tier, right, price tier for consumers. Okay, so it would be cheaper than your typical maybe $10+ per month plan, but with a condition, right? You would get advertisements, all right? Advertisements, yeah. So I would say that kind of takes away the binge watching experience from Netflix. Yeah. I mean, it's not that smooth transition from maybe episode to episode. And we are not even sure how they would implement the advertisements, right? Is it maybe just in between episodes or something similar to what YouTube has, right? So multiple advertisements per episode. I mean, that could totally be possible. Right? Just imagine if you are watching Netflix, start, right? If you're watching episode 1 of a series, start, and halfway, maybe 10 minutes in, and you get an advertisement on Netflix, you will think, oh, have I finished this episode? And then you will go to next. But no, you're still on the same episode. Oh, wait, am I watching YouTube or Netflix? Exactly, yeah. So I would say we shall see how Netflix implements their advertisement tier, yeah. I mean, if you consider what Amazon Prime has, right, for certain countries, Amazon Prime is actually not that expensive, yeah. I mean, I'm from Singapore, and Amazon Prime is around $3 per month. Last I checked, hopefully it will still stay the same. Okay, and for that you can get Amazon Prime Video as well, even though it comes with advertisements. Yeah, but that is very cheap, right? For $3 per month, I would say go ahead, man. Yeah, go ahead. Yeah. Okay, but I'm not sure, and I'm not confident that Netflix will be doing the same thing as well. Yeah, so let's pray, man. Let's pray and see what happens. Yeah. I mean, the worst case scenario, right? We could always jump ship to either Disney Plus, right, for all the Star Wars and Marvel shows, right? Or we could just watch YouTube, right, for the average consumer. Okay, but what does all this mean for, right, people like us who are already software engineers, developers, or aspiring, or someone who is aspiring to be a software engineer or developer, or someone who wants to enter the tech industry, right? So does this mean that it is just going to be bad news for you? Right, the honest answer to that, right, I would say my honest opinion to that is not exactly no. Right, I mean, some of you who are watching this and listening to this might think, okay, actually I wanted to become a software engineer. I kind of love how coding allows you to build something, so I might try to get into it. But seeing all these hiring freezes and tech layoffs, especially from these 5 big and popular companies, right, I am feeling a little disencouraged, to be honest. Yeah. But let me tell you this, right? This is actually, from my personal opinion, once again, a very good opportunity for you to brush up and level up your skills. Yeah. If you can do that right now, even at this recession, right, you have already set yourself apart, right, as compared to anyone else who is not doing so, because a recession means that it will eventually recover, right? It will go back up. Okay, whatever comes down must go back up. All right, it's just how it is. How long that takes doesn't matter, right? What matters is when that happens, guess who has the advantage then, right? The person who didn't do anything during the recession, right? Didn't invest in himself or herself, or the person who took action and invested in himself or herself by learning new skills, right? Getting out of your comfort zone. All right. So tell me, what would you do, right, in this current recession or tech freezing and layoff situation, right? What would you do, right? I guess the answer is quite obvious here, right? Yeah. So what I would like to say is, at the end of the day, right, you have to value yourself more, right? You have to love yourself more, in a sense that even when things are not looking well, right, love yourself enough to keep investing in yourself, right? Be it your character development, your skills, which in this case is very relevant, especially in the tech industry. Yeah. So do that, right? And you will benefit in the longer term, right? Where you would have an advantage over those who didn't do shit. Yeah. In this recession, right? So as usual, if you like what we have shared today and what we are talking about today, right, be sure to share with your friends, right? Share your opinions. Yeah, I would like to hear or read what you guys and girls have to say as well regarding the current recession. Yeah. Okay, but as always, stay awesome and stay safe. Cheers, man.